Ultra processed foods are everywhere, from our breakfast to our midnight snack. The question is, what are they hiding in these foods, okay? In this video, you need to stick around because I'm going to be going through exactly that, hidden risks, what ingredients to look out for in these ultra processed foods and how harmful they can be, and also a step-by-step meal plan of how to actually start eating properly and more healthy and having more whole foods without becoming massively overwhelmed with all this information, okay? Also, whilst keeping it in a budget. So let's begin. Now, ultra processed foods are industrial creations that are packed full of ingredients that you will never, ever find in your kitchen. We're talking about ingredients like maltodextrin, monosodium gluconate, that's MSG for short, hydrogenated oils, and artificial sweeteners like aspartame. Now, these foods have basically been designed to be cheap, last forever, and be irresistible, okay, to make you want to crave them. And they're basically usually packed with things like sodium and high fructose corn syrup, okay? The problem with these foods is, however they might be inexpensive, okay, and cheaper to buy at the moment, long term, they can cause a lot of chronic medical conditions like obesity, you've got diabetes, and increase your risk of heart disease as well. So long term, although you're saving money, it's going to cost you more money from these diseases that they can potentially increase your risk of. These ultra processed foods, they also damage your gut health, okay? They don't make the environment in your gut healthy, okay? They damage the gut biome, they damage your gut health, and they lead to weight gain, okay? Like I said, they cause all these chronic illnesses, okay? And no one wants to feel terrible, no one wants to feel unwell, but they unfortunately do increase your risk of these. So I know buying fresh and buying whole foods is always more expensive, and when you're weighing out the two and you're looking at the whole food option and the ultra processed option, which tastes irresistibly great and it lasts forever and all these things, and it's cheaper, you need to start opting for these foods, the healthy whole food choices, to prevent these medical conditions, okay, to prevent increasing your risk of these horrible conditions. Now, when it comes to ultra processed foods, even the basics can be very sneaky. Take bread, for example, very simple product, but these days it can be packed full of dough conditioners, ingredients to look out for, calcium propionate, azodicarbonamide, and emulsifiers. These basically keep the bread preserved and softer for longer, okay? When did bread become this product that has so many ingredients in it? Think about it. How do you make bread at home? It's very simple. We have 4 ingredients. We have flour, we have water, we have yeast, and salt. That is it. Why is there so many ingredients in there? And this is exactly what we're talking about. We're talking about these ultra processed foods being packed full of ingredients that we have no idea how harmful they are in the long term. Or even think of potato chips. They're often loaded with things like disodium inosinate or disodium guanylate. These are basically flavor enhancers. They make them far tastier, okay? Or cereals, they're often loaded with sorbitol or artificial flavors, okay? And they're packed with sugar. So here's how you can swap out the ultra processed foods for those healthier options without spending the fortune. Let's work through it meal by meal. So let's start off with breakfast, okay? I always find breakfast is a little easier to begin with. So if you want, first just start with breakfast and then build it up, okay? So with breakfast, you're gonna replace your cereal with all that sugar and those artificial flavors, okay? With some homemade muesli or some porridge with some fruit on it, okay? This is a really nice, healthy breakfast, which is whole foods, all right? Or if you like bread in the morning, replace that ultra processed bread with a normal bread. There are normal breads out there that you can buy that have the 4 ingredients we spoke about. We've got flour, the water, the yeast, the salt, okay? That's what we should expect in our bread. If you can't find that, just make it at home. You can buy a bread maker. Generally speaking, it does work out quite cost effective with time as well when you buy the ingredients and make it at home. Also, if you like chocolate spread, for example, it's massively ultra processed, all right? So replace that with some honey, okay? Natural and healthy. That's all we need to do for breakfast. Now, when it comes to lunch, this one's probably the hardest one to get right, mainly because if you're working and you're at work, you do need to prepare some stuff in advance to eat at work, okay? The majority of people, unfortunately, we go to work and we're busy, we've got loads of things to do, and we end up buying a sandwich or something like that outside, okay? We need to ditch these sandwiches, okay? They're laden with different preservatives and ingredients that we don't want. We don't want these ultra processed foods, okay? So this one will require a bit more preparation, cooking things at home, for example, making a nice avocado salad with some grilled chicken, you know, and some olive oil dressing. Nice and simple, okay? These are really simple things that we can do at home, but they do require a bit more preparation. And that's why I always think with the lunch option, it needs to be once we've got into a routine with breakfast and dinner, to then add the lunch option as well to make that transition. Now when it comes to dinner, try and avoid microwave meals, especially those with long lists of preservatives. If you're thinking what sort of ingredients do I look out for, potassium sorbate is one of the most common ones that you see in there. Instead, I know you're probably busy and it's hard to fit in cooking everything fresh, you know, but a simple stir fry can really go a long way, okay? You can get some lean protein in there, okay? You can get some whole grain rice in there. Whole foods really, okay? And if you're struggling to keep fresh vegetables, for example, you can get the frozen vegetables, all right? They're just as good and they also store for longer and you're not losing and wasting money when they go off and you've got to throw them away. So simple stuff like that can be really, really helpful. And when it comes to dessert, you need to skip things with artificial colors like red 40, for example, okay? The best, healthiest dessert is natural plain yogurt, okay? Not those yogurts that you see that are strawberry flavored or vanilla flavored and they're full of sugar, okay? They're no good. They're terrible for you, okay? This is the whole point. We've all got so used to these kinds of things. Go for a natural plain pot of yogurt, okay? With the normal ingredients that you'd expect to see in yogurt. Now, if you're looking for more information or treatment options for a particular medical condition, then let me tell you about Dr. Fox, who are very good friends of the channel. Dr. Fox is an online doctor and pharmacy which is ready to help you with over 30 different medical conditions. I will leave a link to them in the description below. Definitely do check out their fantastic services. Dr. Fox, thank you for being our trusted sponsor. Now, making these swaps doesn't have to be expensive or overwhelming. It will take some getting used to. You now know what ingredients to look out for. You now know what sort of meals to have instead, okay? But start slow because this can be massively overwhelming and it will take some time for you to adjust with it and to work out what's in your budget and what's not in your budget, okay? So like I said, start slow, start with the breakfast and then build it up to adding your dinner as well and keep working through it, okay? This is a revolution that we all need to make. We all need to start making changes in terms of what we're having for our own health, for our loved ones' health, so we can have a healthier life long term, okay? I really hope these tips were helpful. If you want more videos on this topic or any specific questions as well, please do leave comments below and we can go into more detail on it and start doing a big playlist on ultra processed foods and a guide really on how we can transition from this bad ultra processed foods to more healthier options. As always, sending awesome vibes and I will see you next week.